right? So I'm gonna coat this thing all over and we're gonna try to stop these ants with the Diatomaceous Earth. I also recommend being upwind. Oh, y'all. I don't know if this video is gonna be any good or not, but I think I got that coated pretty good. So this is, hey everybody, this is Danny with My Fig Sticks, y'all. Ants, 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 y'all. I don't know what to do about all the ants. They are literally eating my figs before I even have a chance at them, and I'm over it. So I've been talking to some friends here on YouTube. I've been talking to some friends outside of this. I've got 3 different ways I'm going to try my best to stop these ants. So let's take a look at these. One of them is Diatomaceous Earth. I feel pretty confident in this one, but up until I guess this weekend, for the last 5 weeks, I've been having to hand water all of my fig trees. Diatomaceous Earth does not work when it's wet. This weekend, I have all of my figs back on drip, and so I'm able to try some of these different things now to slow these ants down or hopefully stop them. So let's take a look at the 3 methods that I'm gonna try. We'll talk about each. Hopefully we can stop these ants and I can start eating my figs instead of them. Can y'all see all of the ants in this fig? Look, they've completely gutted this. I'm gonna disturb them so y'all can see them come out. They've completely gutted this fig. And this is what, it takes them about 3 days to do this. You can see them, hopefully you can see them all in there. Y'all, I've got to put a stop to it. They are eating so many figs before I even get a chance at them. This Olympian is just riddled with them. Let's see if I can find another one. This one's backwards. You're not gonna be able to see it. But that's just one example. I don't even know how many different figs I've lost off of these trees due to ants. Look at this. You can see them on the organza bag. See them? I don't know. Hopefully y'all can see them crawling around in there. Look, here we are up here. They're on this one too. They're just everywhere. Oh, look. Okay. So this is a Texas everbearing. Look. Can you see that? They've literally gutted this one too. Look at the size of that fig, and they've gutted it. There's nothing left inside. This is just a bag of nothingness now. It's what, look at them all. Look, when I disturb them. Y'all, every single fig that I pick right now is full of ants. They have to be stopped. So I've got 3 different techniques I'm going to try to stop these ants. I happen to have 3 trees that are really getting eaten up by ants, but it's because they're the ones that are ripening all the figs right now, and they're super sweet varieties. My Texas everbearing, my Olympian, and my brown turkey. All really out of the same family, right? And the ants are eating them up. And so 3 trees, 3 techniques. Now I'm gonna use these techniques on other trees, but these are gonna be the 3 that I highlight. So right here, I've got used coffee grounds, spent coffee grounds. You know what I mean? They've been used. We've made coffee out of those. So that's going to be one technique. So this I learned from a friend down in Louisiana. He said that he's been trying it and is seeing good results. So I'm going to give it a shot, y'all. Also, ground cinnamon. I've heard cinnamon works against other pests, aphids, and that sort of thing. I'm talking with someone at work today, and they said they found that they can use it to keep ants away from windowsills or that kind of thing, and it's all natural and it's safe for her dogs. So I'm gonna try ground cinnamon, and then last, this will be more or less our control. This is Diatomaceous Earth. I feel confident in the Diatomaceous Earth. The fact that I'm no longer hand watering these trees, I feel I can get some use out of the Diatomaceous Earth. But these are the 3 things that I'm gonna try that I got from different users, different YouTubers, just ideas, and I'm gonna give them a shot. Okay, on the topic of ideas from users, from other YouTubers, recently it came up, a friend of mine has a YouTube channel, J. Colv's Figs. He's a good friend, and somebody asked the question, and I don't think it was a malicious intent question. I don't think they were necessarily meaning anything bad by it, but he questioned, why do so many of some of our newer YouTube channels, why do we call each other out on our videos? Why are we always talking about Figgy Ed or J. Colv or Jay's Figs TX? Well, There's a reason behind that. And it's not anything nefarious. I'm not trying to get more views because I bring up Figgy Ed. I'm not trying to give Jason more views because I bring up J. Colv's figs. That's not why we're doing it. Here's why we're doing it. We're mentioning each other because what y'all don't see is the fact that behind the scenes, we're all in group texts, right? We're text messaging everybody every day. I literally text with Figgy Ed every single day. Y'all, out of these group texts are coming some great ideas that are going to help all of you. We're sharing these and we're coming up with plans and we're trying different things and we're sharing that with all of you. I cannot in good conscience give credit or not give credit to somebody else's idea. Just because I show it here on my channel doesn't mean that I came up with that. And so I'm going to give credit where credit is due. So if I call out Figgy Ed for his bath of love, pre-soaking our air layers when we remove them, it's because Eddie taught me that. Eddie told me about that. Did Eddie come up with that? I don't know, but he taught me. So I'm going to give Eddie credit. Y'all, I mention my friend Jeff in Houston all the time because he's an amazing grower and has great ideas. He's already learned so many of the things that I'm just now coming across. Paul is another one. I've actually featured Paul on my tipping versus cutting video, and I put some clips that he sent me. Y'all, we're all collaborating in the background. Just because we call each other out, there's nothing nefarious behind that. It's simply because we're all friends. We're all family now, and we're giving credit where credit is due. So just bear with us. We're trying to learn, and we're trying to bring all of these new ideas, new ways to grow figs, whether it be grow lights or fertilizers or tipping versus topping or whatever the case may be. We're bringing all of that information to all of you so that maybe you can better understand. I think our friendship collaborations, our group texts that we have going on are only benefiting all of you. So I'll get off of my soapbox now. We'll get back to killing some ants. This Olympian is absolutely covered in figs, and I think I've gotten 2 figs off of it that weren't really infested with ants. And I want to try the coffee grounds. So I want to see if this works. So I'm going to, what I was told, sprinkle coffee grounds all around the base of the tree. And I want to see if that slows down these ants. In fact, I may sprinkle some coffee grounds on some figs. I don't know, but I'm tired of losing all of my figs to ants. So here we go. I'm going to sprinkle this. The reason I want to, whoops, sorry, I wasn't even looking where I was, or pointing where I was sprinkling. The reason I want to try the coffee grounds so bad is because I almost have an endless supply of this, right? I mean, we all drink coffee all the time. So now let's see how this is going to work for us. I got a little bit more in there. Maybe when that dries out some, I'll be able to sprinkle it on some of the figs and try to slow them down. But they're just everywhere, y'all. Look, they're getting into this one now. One thing, once they get on one, like I said, it takes about 3 days for them to devour it and it's gone. But let's see, on the Texas Everbearing down here, this one has been pretty much eaten up too. We just looked at this fig back here that is just gutted. I mean, gutted from ants. Let's see if I can get them to come out again. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little, it's hard to get to. I'm going to sprinkle a little cinnamon right on top of it. Let's see how they like that. How do you like them apples? So I'm going to use the cinnamon on the Texas Everbearing, and we're just going to sprinkle it all around. I'm going to get it on the base, in the plant, get it everywhere, right? There we go. Okay, so there's cinnamon. Oh, hey, this one's got air layers on it. I would bet that these air layers probably have ants in them too. No, I don't see any in this one. A lot of times these air layers, I think as they get older and they dry out a little bit, they get full of ants as well. I don't see any on there, but I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to sprinkle some all around them. I got some on that one. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, take that. Okay, so there's cinnamon on the Texas Everbearing. We literally put it on top of that fig. So it'll be interesting to come back tomorrow and see if there's any ants back on that fig. And then the last technique we're going to use will be the Diatomaceous Earth, and I'll show y'all what we're going to do with that one. We're going to use the Diatomaceous Earth on this brown turkey. Again, notice the figs that are getting ravaged right now. It's the brown turkey, it's the Olympian, it's the Texas Everbearing, all very similar figs, right? I hope y'all can see those ants just crawling up and down going to this fig right here. But we're going to use Diatomaceous Earth on this one, a little bit behind Diatomaceous Earth. I have done some looking into how this works, but Diatomaceous Earth is basically like tiny little crystals. And what happens is when an ant or other crustaceous type, not crustaceous, that's a sea creature, other exoskeleton insects, when they crawl across the let me start over. They're tiny little crystals, and when a exoskeleton type insect crawls across those crystals, it cuts open their exoskeleton, thus allowing for dehydration, and then the ants wind up expiring. So this neat little thing is, it's going to help me like dust this tree. Hang on, let me get the dog out of the way. Finley, come here. Finley, come here. There you go. All right, so I'm going to just dust this everywhere, and what it tells you to do is just put a light coating. I'm going a little more than light because I'm over it, right? So I'm going to coat this thing all over, and we're going to try to stop these ants with the Diatomaceous Earth. Also recommend being upwind. Oh, y'all, I don't know if this video is going to be any good or not, but I think I got that coated pretty good. So this is the DE. We're going to see how that does with stopping the ants. I'm probably going to cover some more with the DE, but we're definitely going to check back on the coffee grounds, the cinnamon, as well as the DE, and see, do the ants disappear on these guys after our applications? Okay, y'all, there's probably a little silly video. I got a little carried away with that Diatomaceous Earth at the end, but those are 3 techniques we're going to attempt to see if we can stop these ants from eating my figs before I do. So we're using, again, we're using the ground cinnamon on the Texas Everbearing. We're using the coffee grounds on the Olympian, and the Diatomaceous Earth on the brown turkey back here. All of these ideas were actually given to me by someone else. So the coffee grounds came from a friend, Gary, down in South Louisiana, y'all. He's doing cool things. He doesn't have a YouTube channel, but man, is he growing some great figs. The cinnamon idea was actually given to me by a lady at work. We happened to be talking. She was asking me, why are you collecting all the spent coffee grounds? And I told her, and she said, cinnamon, you got to try cinnamon. So that came from a lady at work. And then the Diatomaceous Earth came from my buddy Jeff down in Houston. Y'all, again, we're trying to bring you content. Just because I call out different people, it's because it was their idea. It wasn't necessarily mine. When it's mine, I'm going to let you know, and I won't call anybody out. But if it's somebody else's idea, I'm going to give them credit. Give credit where credit is due. But we'll check back on these. I may even check back with a short in just a couple of days, and we'll see how. Okay, y'all, you have to see this. I'm breaking in to the end of this video because you have to see the results. It's only been 24 hours since I applied the Diatomaceous Earth, the coffee grounds, and the cinnamon. And I want to show y'all some results because I'm super impressed already. And I'll tell you, these results were true only 3 hours after application. I came out right before dark last night and saw these results. So let's real quickly take a look. So this is the brown turkey with the Diatomaceous Earth. Y'all, I can't find an ant. I'm looking, I've been looking, I do not see an ant anywhere on this tree. Y'all help me see if you see one. Oh, no. So looking up, and y'all saw, I went a little overboard on dusting this, but there is not one single ant crawling on this tree anywhere that I can find. Diatomaceous Earth, 24 hours later, and I'll tell you, same results, only at 3 hours. So let's move down here. Coffee grounds. Now, y'all saw this tree with coffee grounds, and it had lots of ants. There you can see a few. So I see one, well, there's one, a couple right here. See if they come back across. There's one. You see him? So there's a few in the coffee grounds. And I saw a couple up here. Yeah, see, they've found another fig. So this is with coffee grounds. Maybe I don't have enough. I'm gonna add more coffee grounds, but definitely fewer ants with the coffee grounds 24 hours later. But y'all, check this out. Cinnamon. Okay, y'all remember this fig just a few minutes ago you watched, and this fig was completely covered in ants. Look, none. Not a single ant on that fig. There is not a ant anywhere on this tree that I can find. Wow. I don't even know what to say. Cinnamon, I mean, it's so cheap. I think that deal of cinnamon was like $1.25. But wow, what results. And again, these were results that I saw in only 3 hours. Super impressed. Now, some things I want to circle back on a little bit later. We know Diatomaceous Earth is done if it gets wet. If it rains, I got to reapply Diatomaceous Earth. But what about the coffee grounds? They're just going to seep into the soil. Won't that make things even better? Same with the cinnamon. It's just going to seep into the soil. Will that make things better? We all know coffee grounds are said to be acidic. I don't buy it, but will that change the acidity in my soil in this plant? So these are some things I want to check back on. I want to check back on the longevity of all three of these. How long does it last? Do they eventually get used to it? Does it eventually wear off? So stick around, y'all. Stay tuned. There'll be more to come on this. I want to see which one of these works. Y'all, if that cinnamon works, I used less than half of a bottle on 2 different trees, $1.25, and I used less than half of it. Stay tuned, y'all. We're gonna check back. We're gonna stop these ants. We're gonna figure out how, and I'm gonna share it all with you, y'all, as always. Thanks for watching.